welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be reviewing episode, was it 7?
Episode 8 now.
Episode 8? No.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Oh my god. Yeah, we're up to episode 8 already. It's ridiculous. Like, I can't believe we made it this far. I can't believe the season's like almost over. I think there's only 2 more episodes left. We've come a long way. And if you're watching this, you've come a long way too. Thanks for watching our channel, like always. Thanks everyone for liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing. Yes.
Means a lot.
Yes, it does. But yes, so
today's theme was hot in the shade. Hot in the shade.
It was a hot in the shade ball. As always, we're going to talk about the judges and their looks. So first up was Deshawn. What did you think of Deshawn's outfit?
Deshawn, he looked great. He's wearing one of those robes. What'd you call it?
I think it's called a captan. I don't know. I remember on Drag Race there was a challenge where they had to come up with that. That's like what older women like wear to the beach, like older rich women. Wait, probably.
Yes. Yeah, but
Housewives.
He was wearing that without any shirt on.
I know, he was showing body.
Showing his body.
His belly button was an outie. And what did you have to say about his belly button?
I was wondering if he got a belly button implant.
Yeah, it was very potent. But maybe that's what happens when you're really athletic, or I don't even know. I mean, I have an innie. You have an innie too, right?
Yes.
So we don't know about that outie belly button life. So next up is Leiomy. What did you think of Leiomy's look?
Leiomy was wearing like a little sailor suit outfit.
Yes.
That was cute.
It was very sailor.
Yeah, sailor.
It was very I Can't Stop Me, Eyes Wide Open, Twice. Shout out to Twice.
Yes.
Look up the I Can't Stop Me music video if you want to know what we're talking about. I think Chaeyoung did it the best. Is it on my... Oh, you can't see because we're recording, but on my freaking... the back of my phone, like, I have a picture of her from that era, so it was giving very much that. Sailor. It was cute. It was a cute look. What about Roach?
Roach is wearing a very simple, his typical suit, little sparkly suit.
Yeah, it was like one of his typical suits, but it was like gold and like not translucent. What's it called? I don't know what it's called, but it was like sparkling a lot. So it was just a simple suit, but I guess the sparkles and the gold made it a little extra.
It didn't make me think beach.
Yeah, exactly. He could have worn this to basically any ball.
Yeah.
Next was Jamila.
Yeah, Jamila was wearing a robe, as if she just got out of the pool or something.
Yeah, but I like that look, and I think later on, what did she say? She was giving drunk aunts at the beach.
Yes.
And it looked like she was just like relaxing at the beach, you know, with a robe on, with a cocktail, very alcohol-free. Twice.
Yes.
That's our second Twice reference for this video. Let's see how many we could do.
Yes.
How about you get a drink every time we say Twice? Twice.
Kiki.
What did he say?
Kiki came out wearing a very, very revealing tight swimsuit.
Yes. She was showing off that body.
Oh, that tattoo.
Oh, what was her tattoo?
She had the tattoo down by her lower thigh there.
Oh, you noticed everything. I didn't even notice that. What did I wrote? I just wrote beautiful pink, and she had an umbrella, and it was it was very cute. Later on, the Roach called her Compton Barbie, and I was like, she definitely looked like Barbie this episode. I didn't even know she was from Compton. The more you know. Last but not least was Miss Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child, aka Beyonce's best friend, aka second lead vocalist of the group. What did you think of her outfit?
Her outfit was nice. It was a very strong, simple swimsuit as well. Very fitting for the theme of today's ball.
Kind of looked like string or rope, but it was
right. It was the string.
It was really nice, So for this week, the main challenge was basically 2 things. They had to vogue with props, which the Superior House of the last week was the one that assigned the props. And what was the Superior House of last week?
It was a House of Revlon.
It was. And then the other part of the challenge was they kind of had to throw shade at the other houses. Yeah,
by basically incorporating it in their music for their...
They recorded a song basically for this challenge.
And hence this challenge, Hot in the Shade.
Exactly, yes.
It was great.
And aside from that main challenge was 2 other categories.
2 other categories.
Where each of the houses could score 5 points for their house. And those were Sex Siren and
Octopus Puss.
Octopus Puss, yes. So our girl Belinda and Miss Becky G, Miss Little Tiny Becky G, they're going to be tuning in to tell us about how those go.
I'm Becky G.
She's Becky G. She's Belinda's daughter. Obviously, Belinda's going to be doing sex siren because she knows about sex because she had a baby. And Miss Becky G is going to talk about the octopus puss because she likes cartoons with octopuses in it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, first up was the house of Juicy Couture.
Juicy Couture, yes.
And they were going to do like a MTV spring break routine mixed with reggae.
Reggae Fest.
Yes, Reggae Fest, which I thought was a great idea.
Yes.
Their prop that House of Revlon chose for them was a beach ball.
Yes, they had the beach ball. Lolita, she was the one that was gonna record like the the music or whatever where they throw the shade. And DYU was gonna be the specialist dealing with the beach ball. So basically, what did you think of their performance?
Yeah, the performance gave me very much concert. The concert beach vibe, which is exactly what they were looking for. Remember the old MTV spring break?
Yes, exactly, yeah.
They had that concert and all the fans. And
I read that their song was pretty catchy, and it seemed like a real song almost.
Yeah.
So yeah, DYU with the ball was slaying, and I wrote down that they had a great finish to their performance.
It was a fun performance. Everybody looked great. Costumes were great.
Yes, they looked great as well. I was debating on like maybe doing like a... I forgot what I was gonna do, but basically our nails, as you can see, are yellow. They're Dollar Tree nail polish, never again. It's definitely not no hollow taco. You know what I mean?
That's right. Dollar Tree.
Yes, never again Dollar Tree. But yeah, I wish we could get some. I think it's called something banana, dirty bananas or something. That's the name of their yellow nail polish. That was inspired by Ben because he likes bananas. No, frozen bananas. I think that's what it's called. It's a very beautiful yellow with obviously hollow in it, which we don't have because we're poor. But anyways, let us know if Hollow Taco has a special because we need some.
Yeah,
but we ain't trying to pay full price. What did the judges think?
Yeah, the judges at the end of the performance, they all stood up, they all applauded. They were like, ooh! No, they loved it. Kiki started. She thought it was an excellent performance. Very clean, precise, which I believe, I don't think they could have done much better.
Yeah, she was like, the gag is, Revlon gave you the beach ball, but y'all still carried.
They did great with that beach ball. It was more like a disco ball after they were done with it.
But yeah, she wrote that it was very clean. The stage was very nicely decorated, I think.
Yeah, again, they did a great use of the props on that stage.
Yeah, everything was just worked out for them. The outfits, the stage, the ball, even, it just worked out. What did Miss Kiki give them? Miss
Kiki gave them a 10.
Yes. Next up, Leiomy.
Leiomy.
What did you write that, Leiomy?
She loved DYU. She basically was naming each performer, loving, just throwing love for all of them.
She was like, DYU carried. Oh, and she was like, you carried in the name of ballroom. And I was like, yes, that's a huge compliment, obviously.
Leiomy gave them 10, but threw the gag flag
and
out.
I think that's the last gag flag of the season. They did mention that earlier, and I was like, yeah, she's definitely going to use it this time. But I was kind of a little shocked that she used it like the first house of the night, and that she did it for Juicy, because long story short, they got 10s across the board, so they were not going to go anywhere anyways. They were definitely going to be in the finale. So in a way, it's kind of like, did she waste a gag flag in a way? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess she gave it to the person,
but they deserved it though. Juicy Couture did what needed to be done this week. They continue to slay. So I'm not completely mad at it, but I feel like another house probably could have used it more.
Yeah, I agree. They should have spread the wealth out a little bit.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. But you know what? She said, at the end of the day, she said what she said. That was her decision. It was her gag flag, and she wanted to use it on them. So good for them. Good for you, Juicy.
Roach said it was a perfect performance. All the elements were there. Great use of the prop. And LaRoche loves balls.
Oh, yeah. They said that. She's like, I love balls, and y'all handle those good. And she was like, 10 for you, Boomba Clot. Just one last thing about Leiomy. I wrote down, she's like, you guys are letting the girls have it. It's a slap to the face to the girls that have already been here in ballroom culture, because Juicy Couture is basically the new kids on the block, and they've been slaying the whole time. Meanwhile, Makaveli is a known name, Revlon, and Yamamoto, Yoshii Yamamoto. So these houses have been here longer, been around longer, but Juicy is just slaying them, and you know what I mean. So good for them. Even later on, Deshawn was like, oh, I'm proud of y'all. I'm so proud of y'all. I'm truly, yeah, they should be proud of themselves. They just slay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What did Jamila say?
And give House of Juicy the money.
Oh yeah, that's what Jamila. She was like,
yeah.
I really went along with her like drunk aunt attitude. She was just like, just give them the money. Why are we here? Let's just give them the money already. Obviously, she gave them a 10.
Yes.
And then what did Miss Kelly say?
Miss Kelly thought it was hot. It was bamming.
No, she was like, hot damn.
Hot damn, yeah. And Miss Kelly gave them a 10 as well.
The final score was?
It was a 50.
Yes. And before we go on to the next house, we got our representative for Juicy Couture, Miss Babylon. Hey everyone, it's me, Miss Babylon. I'm here to talk about my girls, Juicy Couture. Y'all did what needed to be done again. Y'all deserve that gag flag. Y'all deserve those 10s across the board. Y'all are really making me so proud. You know, it doesn't matter where we come from. It just makes our drive and passion even stronger. And I think that's what happens whenever they come on stage. They just give it their all. And I'm just so proud of them. And it really inspires me that girls like me, it doesn't matter where we come from. It doesn't matter if our shirts are wearing off and stuff. Like, you know, we could do it, y'all. We could do it. We could slay. We could do it just as hard, if not harder, than these other houses for people who grew up in better circumstances. Like, our circumstances do not define us. Where we come from and what we've been through, we could do anything as long as we put in hard work and motivation, like Kelly Rowland's song Motivation, which I love. Miss Kelly, I just had to say that. But yeah, so long story short, I love Juicy Couture. They did what needed to be done, and that's it. Bye. Thank you so much, Miss Babylon. We love Juicy Couture just as much as you. Maybe not as much as you, because we love them, but you love them like a lot, right, Miss Babylon? I do. Bye, Babylon. We love you. We love her. All right, so next up is the house of Yoshii Yamamoto. Stop.
And their theme was going to be a 1940s suntan commercial.
Yes, yeah, commercial, tanning lotion. What was it, the mother, I think? She was like, she wanted to give a little bit of burlesque, which she did, kind of, a little bit. They also had like a nautical type theme, but it was like definitely more 1940s. Definitely very Teen Beach Movie, yes. Which is one of our favorite movies, especially Teen Beach Movie 2. Both of the movies have the best songs. It's very, honestly, so underrated because, you know, everyone talks about High School Musical, which I love, and Descendants, but, like, not enough people are talking about Teen Beach Movie, like, honestly, you know what I mean? They really did something different, and they did it well.
They did.
Yeah. Except for that ending of Teen Beach Movie 2. That was a little messed up. But anyways.
Yeah, their prop chosen by the House of Revlon was the reflector.
Yes.
The tanning reflectors they would use.
Yes, and I think Diva was the one that decided to be the one that uses the prop. Maybe Linda might have been the one throwing the shade, I think, in terms of the recording and
yes,
whatever.
I believe Linda did the shade.
Yeah, they shaded them all during the intro.
Yeah, well, first off, Luce is back.
Oh my god, yes, Luce!
Yes.
Yes, I wrote Luce. I'm so happy to see her back. I was just so happy. I was like, yes, she's back. You know, it's not going to be 2 weeks in a row or whatever.
Yeah, no excuses.
And I think she came back better than ever. Like, she just was ready to bring it, you know what I mean? Like, she always does.
Yeah, but basically, I thought the performance was good. They're really defining shade to each of the houses at the very beginning of the performance. The houses that were all eliminated first, they shaded, and then obviously shaded their current houses that they're competing against. So that was very obvious. I thought the performance started out fun at the beginning, and then it just went somewhere.
Yeah. No. The reflective part was cute and clean, but I think it was like a little slow. It definitely brought everything down a little bit. But honestly, the whole performance as a whole was a little bit more on the slower side. Because they were really trying to sell that whole commercial thing, especially in the beginning.
Yes. They use that commercial thing to kind of shade the other houses. You know, their suntan lotion don't work and whatnot.
Yes. Well, first of all, I wrote down Deshaun started, and he was like, "Oh, Leiomy, get technical." And I kind of like when he says that, I'm like, is he trying to throw shade and be like, "Oh, like really going on these bitches right now?" You know what I mean? But I think Leiomy was like technical. She loved it. Golden. She said, "You were pretty." Loose was cute. And I think she gave them a 9, right?
Yeah, she gave them a 9. Roach loved the style. You know, he's the big stylist, so it's always going to be his criticism is their
the outfits were
attire.
cute. He said they were giving what they were going for.
He agreed, you know, like what I was saying. Towards the end, it was just a lot to look at. It was just
and he said that he loved the beginning.
Yeah.
But then the middle, it just kind of got a little confused.
Yeah, it was
confusion,
all over.
whatever.
Yeah.
And he said it was not perfect, but he still gave them a 9, right?
Yes, he gave them a 9 as well.
Yes. And then Jamila.
Jamila said it was their favorite. It was her favorite performance.
From them.
Yeah.
For, I guess, from the whole season. I think it was aesthetically good looking. It was aesthetically, like, pleasing and clean. And, you know, I don't think they really messed up that much. To me, I prefer more, like, high energy performances. So to me, I would have also given them a 9, you know what I mean? But honestly, it wasn't bad, you know what I mean? She said it could have been a little bit cleaner, I think she said.
Yes, but then, yeah, she scored a 9, so.
Yeah.
Miss Kelly loved the energy in the whole performance.
Yeah, she was like incredible energy.
Incredible energy. Had all kinds of good stuff to say about the performance. And then scored them a 10.
She gave them a 10. Yeah.
Kiki said it was their best performance to date.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But then she started getting critical about missing some stuff here and there. She was critical about the shade part too, which I thought was weird because I thought their shade part was on point. She gave them a 9. The ultimate score was a 46.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of drama. It wasn't like real drama, but I know Law said something like, "Oh, you're entitled" or something to Kiki, but then Miss Kiki like clapped back immediately. She was like, "Shut up, Law." It was just a little fun kinky thing, but then later on, Law tried to come for her again, and we'll get into that when that happens.
Battle going on here with the judges.
Yes. So before we go on to the next house, our representative for Yoshii Yamamoto is Miss Bellatrix.
Bellatrix.
Hey everyone, it's me, Bellatrix, bitches. Yoshii Yamamoto, honestly, I think they're very underrated. Sorry if my hair is a mess. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, they've been here the whole time, and they've really been slaying. You know, Luce always like sticks out to me. Who else? Devo. Obviously, they always talk about how Devo is like one of the best ones in the competition, and Linda and the mother and father. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so I'm so proud of them, and they're still here, and they ain't going nowhere. So I feel like, you know, they could easily win, and I feel like a lot of people like are kind of like not seeing how competition they are, but they really are, and I'm just so happy for them. I like the cute commercial, you know. I like some rainbow and cuteness sometimes, but you know, we're still bad bitches at the end of the day, you know what I mean? We'll cut someone. But yes, I love them so much, and I will always be here for Yoshii Yamamoto. Hey Luz, you did what needed to be done. I loved you, and later on in the Sex Siren, I think you were robbed, period. Well, but you know, Miss Judy Puss and FancyAlly, they'll talk about it when it comes. Bye. Thanks, Bellatrix. I love Bellatrix. I love all my girls, but you know, Bellatrix, she really is bad bitch. She'll cut you, she'll put a spell on you, she'll do whatever she needs to do. Next up is the House of Revlon.
House of Revlon, yeah, their theme, they're gonna go with a vacation in Rio theme.
And their prop was umbrellas, and I think they gave it to themselves because they won last week, so they chose umbrellas.
Yeah, they got to choose their own props, so they chose umbrella, which I thought was a great, you know, very versatile things you could do with the umbrella.
Yeah, and I think they used them throughout the performance. I wrote down Unoy, which later on we'll talk more about him. Obviously, Mother Kiana. They came out on a boat, which I was like, oh my god. Already, I love that visual. But to be honest, it lasted a little too long. It took them a while to get off the boat.
Yeah, they're on that boat. They wheeled that boat out. I'm like, where did they get that boat from? And the boat's on the stage. And
I like the boat, but like I said, I think it took them a while to get off the boat. You know what I mean?
But yeah, again, started out with a lot of energy. But then, in my opinion, no.
No. I actually wrote low energy because I think, yeah, you're right. I don't know. Yeah, they were doing something on the boat, but then, you know, they had to get off the boat, so that took them a while.
Yeah, and they just lined up, they did their voguing, and...
Yeah, overall, it was kind of, I wrote okay. It was just okay, you know what I mean? They had a cute ending. I wrote that it was like a slow burn.
Lo had a mixed review. Would you put that,
I wrote, he was like, to be honest, last week y'all did better. And I agree. You know what I mean? They won last week. And then this week, I think maybe the winning got to their head a little bit, and they just didn't give it their all. I think Leiomy later on, she was like, oh, it was very safe. Y'all could have done way more. And it's true. I think it was like a comfortable, cute performance, but at this point, it's a top 4. Like, you really need to be going hard. And I think they just got a little comfortable, and they just didn't give it their all, you know what I mean? La was like, oh, it reminded me of when Michelle from Destiny's Child fell on 106 in Park, And what I found shady, because everybody caught the reference and they were just like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that in front of Kelly Rowland. But I don't even think they showed Kelly Rowland's reaction. She was probably like, don't put the camera on my face and stuff, because she was probably laughing and stuff. And she's like, I don't want my sister seeing me laugh and stuff. But I was just like, oh my God, he has some nerve to, you know, make that reference in front of Miss Kelly Rowland.
Law scored them an 8.
Yes, and what about Jamila?
Jamil said they did much better last week, which I agree.
Yes, Jamila gave them an 8. Moving on, Leiomy was like, oh no, because Jamila was like, no, because La was like, La was like picking on Jamila for some reason. And so then Jamila was like, get off my dick.
Yeah.
And then Leiomy was like, put the dick away.
No.
But yeah, Leiomy was like, it wasn't her favorite performance. It was very, like I said, very safe, easy.
I'm gonna give them an 8, I believe.
I think it was a 9.
Was it a 9?
Yeah.
Kiki wanted more.
Kiki was like, she noticed some mistakes. And basically all I wrote for Miss Kiki was that she gave them an 8. And then Kelly...
yeah, Kelly had some of the best criticisms.
Yeah, because she's like, she saw that sometimes their umbrellas weren't opening or whatever, so she got off stage and she showed them how it's done. She was like, well, you know, if your umbrella's not working, you could like put it like behind you and on your butt and be like very sexy and burlesque. And she did it when you tuned. I was like, yes, Miss Kelly, showing the children how it's done.
And she said, if you're coming out here on the stage, come out here to fuck it up.
Yeah, she said fuck it up. The stage is made to be fucked up on or whatever. Yeah. The judges were like, they were kind of underwhelming. And oh my God, somebody was, I don't know who it was, but they were like, oh, they were giving very much stale croissant. And I was
Stale
like,
croissant.
yeah, shade these French bitches. So at the end of the day, what was their final score?
They scored a 42.
They did, yes. So, you know, House of Revlon fans, I don't know how y'all feel. I mean, we're not really fans. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I respect them. They are very polished and they always look good, you know. But like, I don't know. I personally kind of like House of Juicy, of course, and Yamamoto a bit more than Revlon. You know what I mean? And we're not even going to talk about Makaveli. But speaking about Revlon, we got the Revlon representative coming up, Miss Brittany. It's Brittany Betch. Yes, I'm white, so I look French. Ooh, let's cut that out. No, I want to keep that in. No, Brittany, that was an inappropriate joke. Ugh, whatever. Hey, French bitches, I was rooting for you. You guys slayed last week. You were the superior house, but y'all got a little lazy. I'm not gonna lie. I get lazy too sometimes because we're just used to being perfect all the time. But like, guess what? Like, y'all look cute, but like the performance, you know, you guys needed more. But I'm still rooting for y'all. I can't wait to see you. I really do believe y'all could win. Y'all can make it to the top 2 and do what needs to be done. I just hope y'all do more next week, because this week I think you guys didn't try your best, and we know what you could do. So don't let me down, House of Revlon. Love you from your Brittany bitch. Bye. Thanks, Brittany.
Thanks, Brittany.
Yes, don't let her down. Don't disappoint her, Miss Revlon, because she loves y'all, okay? She's rooting for y'all.
No more stale croissants.
No more stale croissants, okay?
Yes.
Next up is the House of
Makaveli.
Makaveli. To be honest, we didn't even know what their theme was. I just wrote down they had the beach chair as their prop. I think their outfits were cute. They were giving kind of pirate and like under the water. Yes. One of them was a mermaid, the rest of them were pirates. And since we're talking about the theme and stuff, it was giving me very much Descendants to Uma with her, you know, clan of pirates. It was reminding me of the performance where she was like, what's my name? What's my name? And then also the other performance where they were fighting on the ship, remember?
Yes.
Or I think it's called It's Going Down and stuff. Shout out to Descendants. Rest in peace, Cameron. I think it was recently his birthday, and yeah, we always love Cameron. Rest in peace. He's one of our favorites. We have a Descendants blanket that we put over the couch as decoration so that the couch isn't boring. Yes. So shout out to Descendants fans everywhere. We love y'all. So I think Mother Jada was the mermaid.
Yes, Mother Jada.
And the rest were pirates, like I said. What did you write about their performance?
Yeah, I thought the set was great. Like we talked about. Again, they used the whole kind of theater again, where they had somebody up on the rafter seats or whatever you want to call them, and they were kind of spread out throughout the whole stage, which I thought that was great. Mother Jada, the rapper, how'd you feel about that?
I think she did good. Yeah, she was cute. She mentioned how she worked on music before, and I think it definitely played in her favor.
Yeah, she was in that whole thing that was...
Yeah, that was cute, yeah. Honestly, about their performance, I thought it was a little bit low energy.
Yeah. Well, they didn't use that prop at all.
They did use a prop, but they just didn't use it as good as they could have. And somebody, one of the judges said, like, yeah, y'all could have done way more with the prop.
Yeah, Jamila was very picky about their performance, pretty much critiqued all of it.
Yeah, but she said y'all look incredible.
Yeah, they did.
But y'all made mistakes, and at the end of the day, what did she give them?
Give them a 7.
She did.
Yeah.
What about Miss Kelly?
Miss Kelly, again, made that critique about not using the chair, which was their prop they should have used.
She's like, you know, we love celebrating Miss Jada and her entrance. She came out of like a clam, and stuff, and I like, that was really fabulous.
What she related to Nikki.
Oh my God, stop! We're not even gonna mention that. We're editing that part out.
Miss Kelly scored him an 8.
Yes.
He said it was sickening,
yes,
but not strong enough performance. Yes, and then at that point, where Brooklyn cried and walked out.
Was that Brooklyn who
Brooklyn
cried?
didn't walk out, but no, she was crying.
No, somebody was crying. Yeah, somebody was crying. Or she was not clean. They weren't clean. Ugh, I'm so mad because I bet whatever I wrote down was good. Should focus on.
Yeah, Kiki scored them a 6.
Yes.
And Brooklyn was crying.
Yeah, someone was crying. Leiomy was like, be proud of yourselves, because she could tell, like, they were crying, they were breaking down basically on stage, and Leiomy was like, be proud of yourselves. You guys made it to the top 4, and it's true.
Yeah, top 4.
Like, whether people agree with it or not, they made it to the top 4, and y'all should be proud about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
she's
like,
should
just be stronger.
Yeah, but basically she gave them an 8. I honestly feel like she gave them an 8 because she was trying to make them feel better, and obviously the words of encouragement and stuff. Yes. And then Law, what did Law say?
Oh, Law had the... Oh, we love Law. He said it was sickening. Gave him Pirates of the Gay Caribbean vibe.
Yeah, she liked the outfits.
Yeah,
she was like, oh, it was giving this, it was giving that. Like, you know, Law knew all the references. But I think they said the confidence wasn't really there, though. But what did...
Yeah, Laura gave them a 9.
Yes.
Which, like you just said earlier, I think that was just to make them feel better.
To be honest, yeah. Jamila was kind of critiquing Leiomy. Was like, why'd you give them that? You know, you were the one that told me that I have to be picky or whatever. Oh, yes. And then Leiomy was like, you know, because they didn't do this, they didn't do that, but they did this. And it's like, don't freaking come for me, girl. Like, I'm the one person, the one judge, you shouldn't be coming for me. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I was saying. I was like, you know, Leiomy. Do I think that she gave them a little extra to make them feel a bit better? Yes. But, you know, that's her decision. That's what she wanted to do. I mean, at the end of the day, they were still in last place. So, like, her score really didn't make a difference. But, like, yeah, it's like, Jamila, like, don't come for Leiomy. She's the one judge. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Leiomy the one judge who's actually been out there
doing it. She has so much experience. You know, she deserves to give them whatever she wants, whether, you know, whatever.
Yeah, but in defense, Leiomy was like, well, I took 1 point off for this or 1 point off for that.
So that was the House of Makaveli. So representing the House of Makaveli is our bitch. I mean, it's our girl, Bella. Hi, everyone. It's Bella, bitch. I'm the original. Just like Makaveli's been here for a minute. That name, you know the name Makaveli, whether or not y'all like them or not, you know, y'all know that name. So that counts for something. They fought every single week to stay. And you know what? Long story short, they went home, you know, but whatever. To be honest, I kind of liked their performance a little bit, to be honest. Like, actually, what am I saying? No, you know what? They deserve to be in the bottom, but honestly, do I think that they did more than Revlon? Yes, because I think Revlon was being very lazy, you know what I mean? So I was kind of rooting for Makaveli. We'll talk more about what goes on eventually, but... Yes, Bella, like, I understand. Like, Bella, that, you know, she's been House of Makaveli since day 1. You know, I think they're both very misunderstood. They get painted as the villain. Right, Bella? Yes, I always get painted as the villain. Even though I'm the original, y'all need to put some respect on my name. I don't give a fuck. I'm still House of Makaveli. You know, y'all, like you said in your music or whatever, y'all said... Bitches 1, 2, 3, 4, like all of them home, or you know what I mean? Y'all made it to the top 4, so be proud of yourselves. Like whatever. I'm House of Makaveli all day. Bye. So yeah, so Miss Bella said what she said, and she's gonna stand by that, right? All day, every day, bitches.
Thank you, Bella.
I think that's all the houses.
Yeah.
Now we're on to extra categories.
That's
Sex
a
siren. That is, they were like, oh, this is a classic in the ballroom culture. Yes, it is. And to talk about Miss Sex Siren is Miss Belinda. Hey, no, I don't need that fan. I don't need that fan because guess what? My house went home last week. Which was it? House of Alpha Omega. But guess what? I don't need no fucking fan because I'm a special guest. I'm a special guest. You know, I'm special guest number 1. My daughter's special guest number 2. Twice.
Yeah, they basically just had to come out and just do the sexiest. One member of each house to come out and perform their sexiest Vogue moves.
Yes. I know something about sex.
Oh, girl.
How do you think I got pregnant?
Oh,
I knew something about sex. But as soon as I knew that Luce was going to do it, girl, I was like, yes, this is giving me everything I wanted. From day one, right, FancyAlly? Yes, girl. From day one, I was like, Luce, she just stood out with me with her curves, her confidence. So I was very excited to see her. And was she the first one that went up?
yeah, absolutely. It was Luce, and then it was Raja.
Luce was obviously representing the house of Yoshii Yamamoto. Raja was represented for Makaveli.
First off, like you were saying, Luce came out in those curves. She was really selling sex. Very impressive.
Yes, very sexy.
Yes. Raj came out, I was like, damn, Raj. Damn.
You were? I was honestly not too impressed, to be honest. Especially compared to like last season. You know, one of the only things I do remember about last season was the House of Gorgeous Gucci, Jarrell. He, like, when I think of male giving sex siren, I think of him because his body was like freaking like a god. He was tall and he had a package there, you know what I mean? Like, he was showing off that body every single week. And honestly, the guy this season that I really thought about that was Rebel from the House of Alpha Omega, which I think went home last episode, or I don't know. They went home eventually. So I'm just like, I said that. I was like, watch the next episode. They're going to do Sex Siren. Yeah, because the last episode was like a freaking money ball, so that doesn't really count. But this episode, they did Sex Siren. I wanted to see him do Sex Siren. So we were robbed, honestly, of Rebel doing that. Honestly, Raja, you know, they didn't really give it to me, and they lost, right?
Yeah, they lost.
They lost the first round. Obviously, Miss Gorgeous Luce of House of Yoshii Yamamoto, she did what needed to be done, and she won the first
battle.
The second battle was
Juicy Couture.
Lolita was doing for the House of Juicy Couture. Nunoy was doing for Revlon, which Nunoy, even though we didn't have Jarrell this season, Nunoy I thought was pretty cute. And I got reminded, remember, he does go-go dancing on the side and stuff. So I was like, this is his bread and butter. You know what I mean? So long story short, unfortunately,
I thought Lenoy did great.
yes, Lolita won. And I'll give this to her. I think she looked gorgeous. But was she really giving the sex? Was she really giving the sex siren-ness of it all? No, I think Nunoy was giving more sex,
yes,
which was the challenge. And then another reason why I think she won was because they wanted two girls to go against each other for the sex siren. So it ended up being Luce versus Lolita, Yoshii Yamamoto versus Revlon.
It was a battle.
And honestly, I'm going to say what I said. I still think Luce did better. She did a split the first time. She did a split the second time. She was giving sex. She was giving like, my pussy is open and ready for insertion. Girl, I stay ready. I don't give a fuck if I have another baby. Miss Becky is happy, okay? I'm a good mother. You know, I may party every once in a while, but I still come home and give food to my baby. Or I let my sisters take care of her. Girl, you know that's what you really do. But long story short, Luce should have won. House of Yoshii Yamamoto should have won. But they gave it to Juicy Couture. They gave it to Lolita. Like Miss FancyAlly said, Lolita, I think, is very gorgeous. So she's pretty. And, you know, she was giving very softness, femme. But for Sex Siren, I want to see sex. I want to see almost too much for TV. And that's what Miss Luce was giving. So, Luce, you won in my book. House of Yoshii Yamamoto, y'all should have won in my book. Whatever. But Juicy Couture won. And on to the next category. Be nice to my baby Becky G. Bye.
The category was Octopus Puss.
It's Octopus Puss, Miss Judy Puss. For this category, they had to... It was a hands performance. It was 4 members from each house, and they had to do hands one behind the other and basically look like an octopus. Puss. Right, Miss Judy Puss?
Puss, yes.
Yes. I have a donkey on my shirt. I just realized that. I don't know why. First up, that we're going against each other. Who was it, Miss Judy Puss?
It was House of Revlon versus House of Makaveli.
I think both of them did great. They both looked great. But at the end of the day, the House of...
Oh yeah, I thought House of Makaveli did better, but at the end of the day, House of Revlon won.
That's true. What do you think of Miss FancyAlly? Yes, I also agree that Miss Makaveli actually did really good in this one. My eyes went more to them, and I think part of the category or whatever was tell us a story with your hands, and to me, yes, Makaveli was really telling a story. So to be honest, I was kind of rooting for Makaveli in this particular category, so I was a little disappointed that they didn't win at least this one, because they could have at least gone to this second challenge. They could have lost, but at least they could have won round one, you know what I mean? So yeah, House of Revlon won. I wasn't even really looking at them, to be honest.
Yeah, and next was Juicy Couture versus House of Yamamoto.
Yoshii Yamamoto. You can't ever say it right, Miss Judy Puss.
It's a tough one.
Girl, you need to figure it out, girl. I'm like a little child, and I know how to say Yoshii Yamamoto. Bitch. Don't tell my mom I curse. Anyway, so I don't care. You don't know what I've been through. Okay, so it was Juicy versus Yamamoto, and basically Kelly, Law, and somebody else, I think Jamila, voted for Juicy to stay, right?
Yes.
So Juicy won.
Juicy won, but again, I thought the other house did better because
really,
they actually dressed like octopuses.
They did, but I don't think it really made them good. Yeah. Like, they looked like an octopus, but I couldn't keep my eyes off of Juicy the whole time. Like, they changed into new outfits, and these outfits looked amazing. Like, probably better than the outfits they wore earlier.
Yeah, that's true.
And, oh my God, they were giving us Transformer tees with the octopusy. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, like, I couldn't believe it. Right, Miss FancyAlly? Yes, girl, like, Juicy came to win. It's almost like, have you ever seen in, like, a competition show where, like, someone's already on top, but they win just so that other people don't win, you know what I mean? That's what they were really giving. They're like, they didn't have to come this hard. They already had the gag flag. They already had 10s across the board. They were already safe. They were already ready for the next one. But they're like, you know what? We're still going to go as hard as can. And, yeah, long story short, you know, yeah, in the final battle, I think it was Revlon versus Juicy, and Miss Juicy won because, like I said, they were giving, like, at one point, they were, like, a whole airplane, and I was like, what the hell? Yes. Like, they were, like, just another level, you know what I mean? I could tell that they practiced, they were polished, you know, they just looked amazing. It was one of the best things I've seen. They rightfully won the Octopus Puss category. Shout out to the House of Juicy Couture. Y'all did what needed to be done. Bye. Bye, Miss Becky G. We love her so much. She's so cute. She's adorable. We take good care of her. So long story short, basically, the House of Juicy Couture won everything tonight. They won the first one, they won the second category and the third category, and they had a final score of 60, which I think is probably the max you could ever get.
10s across the board.
Yeah.
They got the gag flag. They won each of the additional challenges.
Yeah, so they're obviously the superior house, which, you know, next episode they're probably going to have an advantage. Yeah. House of Revlon and the House of Makaveli were in the bottom two, battling out. And then first, Miss Revlon was like, oh, we're going to send, was it Giselle? She's like, I think we're going to send Miss Giselle, and she's going to be giving very femme queen realness. So then Makaveli was like, oh, all we heard was femme queen, so we're going to send Miss Jada. And it was a full-on femme queen battle, and allegedly they said, I think it was the first ever femme queen battle. Yes. I think in all of Legendary, or like just a season, I don't know. But I was just like, season. Yeah, definitely. So I was just like, oh my God. And what did you think of the battle?
I thought the battle was a lot of fun. They were all over the stage. They were shading one another.
It was cute, but to be honest, you know, when I think of a femme queen battle, like, I was thinking of Leiomy versus Yolanda, Leiomy versus everyone, Leiomy just versus everyone, you know what I mean? Like, those YouTube clips, those are the clips that I watch over and over again, you know, usually femme queen, you know, where it's dip after dip, spin after spin, you know, just, you know, giving puss femme queen realness. So to be honest, I think Revlon was giving more femme queen realness, but it was a little too soft, a little too, and even the judges said this, you know what I mean? Like, just too soft. Like, they wanted to see a little bit more fire. And Makaveli was just too slow. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? The battle could have been better. But did Revlon do better? Overall, they did. It was like a very suspenseful moment because, you know, Makaveli's been in the bottom like 5 weeks in a row, or not in a row, but just in general. I think 5 weeks or 6 weeks in a row, whatever. So then they really took their time telling us what the outcome was.
He said, ain't the battle show. This ain't the battle show.
Because, you know, Makaveli every week they you know, they get themselves out from the battle, but yeah, this is not the battle show. And she gave it to Revlon, and then this is where Law went in and was like,
they had a disagreement.
I don't know, he was just like basically defending Makaveli. He was like, you know, but you know, it does, the battle does matter, and blah blah. And I don't know, he was really going in, and then he said this whole thing, and then Kiki was like, it's great what you're saying, and you know that holds value, but in this scenario I don't think it really applies, you know what I mean? And this is where he was like, oh, the Compton Barbie and stuff, and she was just like, I think at one point she was like, Law, you're tired.
Yes.
But yeah, Miss Kiki, she just, oh, and you know what she said? She was like, y'all need to do like my hit single and just keep it moving. Which I showed Miss Judy Puss that video from back in the day, and honestly, I mean, the song is still cute, but you know, they used to show it during commercials on Disney Channel, and you know, they didn't show the whole video. Like when I watched the full video, I was like, this is dragging a little bit. Like, you know, back in the day, they used to make 4 minute, 5 minute, 6 minute songs. You know what I mean? And music videos, and nowadays everything's like 2 minutes or whatever. And you know, it was like very green screen. So, you know, like when sometimes, like, back in the day, you used to think songs were amazing, and then you listen to it again, and I don't know, I guess technology has come such a long way that it's like, yeah, this isn't as good as when I was younger, but Kiki is still talented, that song still is a bop, and I just found it funny that she mentioned, like, keep it moving. And then Law was like, you're cute, Kiki. So they, you know, they ended it in a nice, cute way.
Yes.
They were just playing around. But what I found funny was Law was like going so hard fighting with Kiki, defending Makaveli, and then he still voted for Revlon. I was like, what the point? What was the point of that then?
Yeah, Jamila gave it to the House of Revlon.
Once Jamila made her vote, it was 3 votes, so you know it was over. So then one of the people from Makaveli ran off the stage. Remember?
Yeah, that guy walked off.
And then Leiomy was like, "Don't do that, no!" Yes. And then she was like, "When people see us, and they see that, it does not make us look good." You know what I mean? And then she's like, y'all need to put the ego to the side, because there is a lot of egos in ballroom, obviously. Yes. We see that every episode. Yeah. I think that was basically it. Law was like, see y'all next week.
Yeah, I thought it was a good show this week.
Yeah, it was really cute, suspenseful. Obviously, it was a top 4, and now there's 3, and then there's going to be, I don't know what's going to happen next episode, but yeah. So basically, that's basically it. Makaveli, you know, they fought until they couldn't fight no more. And, you know, I have a lot of respect for them for fighting every single time. And honestly, they did kind of just, I don't know. They did pretty good in the battles. So they made their way. They earned their way here through the battles, basically. But, I think somebody said, I think it was Leiomy or someone said, it was like, you guys are great when it comes to battling, but you guys just obviously don't perform well together. Like, that's basically what comes down to it. You know what I mean? And just like Kiki said, this isn't the battle show. So, yeah. So, that's basically it. So, we're looking forward to seeing the top 3 next week. Well, we're about to watch it right now.
Yes.
I'm going to see what we could do with the makeup, maybe change it. We're probably going to get a new lip, maybe add some color to the eye or whatever. And obviously new wigs and stuff. So, see y'all at the, what's it called? The recess, which is like, we're giving beach now, and now we have recess. So, see y'all at recess. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. And just keep going, because, you know, our reviews are almost up. And we don't know what's going to happen once it's over. So just enjoy it while y'all can. We will. And see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.